I'm going to be going through a few topics, and I'm going to hand it over to Mark Church. I'm going to be muting everybody till the end, and then we can have Q&A. All right, first thing, ShedView, the ability to build that 3D shed builder. The company that created it doesn't have, hasn't had the ability to do it for all the dealers. So we're the first company that's going to have this. I've been working closely with them. We're going to be the guinea pigs, but basically the ShedView will have your phone number, your email on it. So you can put it on your website, you can put it on your Facebook post, and if anybody fills it out or goes to that page, it'll have your information. And if somebody fills it out and completes it, it goes to you and only you. So it should be a huge resource. People that we found that the people that take the time to fill those out are a high quality lead. So use that to your advantage. We're looking to get that done by March 1st. I'm at the mercy of them, but we're really pushing, trying to get it knocked out in the next couple of weeks. If not, it might be a couple more weeks. So, you know, anywhere from 2 to 4 weeks. And everybody should have their individual ShedView link that they can start promoting. If you had before, if you selected the deluxe, this is an update in Compass. If you selected the deluxe roof option, the taller wall package was not automatically getting added to your order. So that's been updated. So if you select the deluxe roof option, the taller wall package is automatically added to the invoice. You don't have to do anything. Magnet doors is now live in Compass. What these magnets do, they're very low cost. I think it's like $28 for a single door, double that for a double door, or it might be the same, I guess. But they hold the doors open. You open them up and you put it up against the wall, and the magnets interact, and they hold the open doors open. So that's what those are. In the month of February, that's a free promo. So push those feature, and they're free for the month of February. Swing Kingdom, we have 2019 pricing brochures coming in soon. If you have to quote a Swing Kingdom order out, or if you want to sell something, just go ahead and use the current 2018 pricing, but understand that 2019 pricing is coming down the pipeline. Custom sizes in the notes. If you are doing a custom size, make sure that you include that in the notes of the invoice. So if somebody wants a 8x12 cottage and we only offer a 10x12, then select the 10x12, put the order through as a 10x12, but make sure you put in the notes that the actual size is 8x12, make it caps, make it so the builder sees it and it's legible. Currently, there's discussions of allowing more custom sizes in Compass, but for right now, Compass matches the brochure. And then finally, the RTO companies requested that we don't let other dealers see repos in the inventory. This is for Scott's rent-to-own. The reason being is Dealer A was getting the repo, they were taking the time to clean it out, and then Dealer B would come in and sell it. Well, Dealer A did all the hard work, and Dealer B reaped the benefits. So Scott's, those are their repo buildings. They own those buildings. They dictate what we need to do. So Compass no longer shows repos to other dealers. It will only show repos if it's on your lot. If the repo's on your lot, you'll see it in inventory, but other dealers would not be able to see building on your lot. So just want to bring that to everybody's attention. That's all I have. I'm going to go ahead and allow Mark Church to present, and then we'll open it up for Q&A.
Can you hear me now? All right. Good morning, guys. It's Monday. Hope everybody's having a wonderful day. I know that it's snowing up where you guys are. I've been talking to quite a few some dealers this morning, some DMs up there, and I know that it's hopefully it's going to warm up this week. We'll see what happens. But wanted to just cover a couple quick things, and then we'll get into the sales training. So one of the things I want to talk about real quick is making sure with the RTO programs that you are making sure you get the license information, making sure that you're submitting the correct license information with the RTOs, number one. Number two, 3-day revisions. Make sure you're communicating to the customer. They have 3 days to make revisions on 2 builds now. So as we get into the busy time, this is really going to be a key thing for us to focus on. And also Green Sky. One of the things that we've talked about recently is Green Sky when it comes to certain applicants being denied. I'm working with Green Sky now to understand that process better in detail last week, and they're going to give me some more information towards the end of this week. If you have anybody that is denied for Green Sky and you are kind of perplexed on why they were denied, or you didn't think they would be denied, then you need to let me know. Send me an email, send your DM an email. They'll get in touch with me. And we'll look at that. It's something we're really focused on is having a quality finance program. And I understand from a financing standpoint, you know, what they're looking at, but what they're going to do is they're going to provide me details on what specific items they're looking for so that we can communicate those to the customer. And they're also going to give me some items where make sure that we're including this information in the application, making sure the customer's including that information in the application so that we'll have a better approval rate and the customer will have a better chance of getting approved. So so just remember license on the RTO, make sure you're getting the correct information. Green Sky, if you have any denials that kind of are you know, perplex you or you're not really sure, understand why it was denied, let me know. I can look into it. 3 days revisions, and then also lap siding. This is something we're not pushing. This is something that will not be in the catalog. I know in North Carolina, it is becoming a more, I don't want to say a hot topic, but we are maybe once a month getting requests for lap siding or maybe twice a month. And so if you do have any customers that are looking for a specific, that lap siding, the horizontal siding, let me know. Get in touch with your DM. They'll reach out to me. I need the size of the building, information, whatever, all that, you know, windows, doors, all that stuff, and I can get you an accurate quote for the builder. It does cost more from a manufacturing standpoint. It is a lot longer to manufacture the building, and so know that, and that's why we're not pushing it. It's not something we're going to put into the catalog. We don't want to turn anybody away. So know that if you do have anybody with lap siding, let us know. One of the things I want to talk to you about today from a sales training standpoint is really before the call. What needs to take place before the call, before you even have a customer walk on the lot, before a customer calls you and schedules an appointment, is for you to be able to pre-call the sale in your mind and anticipate the danger. Okay, pre-call and anticipate the danger. And one of the things I want you to think about is sometimes a pre-call may be a couple of days. Like you might have a couple of days to think, okay, this customer's coming in on Wednesday at 1 o'clock. I've got 2 days to pre-call them, or it might be, hey, they're right on the lot and you got 2 minutes to pre-call them. Really, when it comes to those items, being able to pre-call and anticipate the danger is extremely important. Okay, extremely important, and really it all communicates the understanding of selling the experience. I think that too many times we get in situations where we, on a day like today, if it is snowy, if it is cold, whatever it may be, we really lose focus on what can we do on days like today to make ourselves better. Okay, so when it comes to maybe we can sit down and think about people we're going to reach out to and pre-calling how the conversation needs to flow. Think about objections, what they're going to say, how you're going to respond. Also think about what they're going to use the building for, how to sell the experience, okay? These are a whole lot more important than, hey, look, yeah, I want this size and style, write it up and be done with it. You are going to get people that come on your lot and say, hey, I want a 12 by 16 vinyl deluxe, I want double doors, 2 windows, and a ramp, whatever it may be, right? Write it up and be done with it. You're going to get those customers. Everybody does. But a lot of customers aren't going to be that way. And you're going to need to pre-call them in your mind before the call even starts. You're going to need to anticipate the danger, what they're going to say, how they're going to say it, objections they may have. When they do object, how are you going to sell around the objection? Okay, and the more we already prepare for this, the easier it's going to be to sell, to close the deal. I was saying in our other dealer call at 10 o'clock, I said a major league pitcher before the game, he just doesn't go out, warm up, and go pitch. He has a book of information he looks at, and he looks at who's the best hitter, who's hitting for average, who's hitting for power, who strikes out the most. Do they strike out in the beginning of the lineup or the end of the lineup? Do they make contact at the beginning of the at-bat or the end of the at-bat? All kinds of different stuff. And from that, they develop a plan. They develop a pitching plan for that team. And that's what we got to do. We got to be able to pre-call. We got to be able to anticipate the danger. We got to be able to understand objections. And we got to be able to sell that experience. You're not going to do those things just by customer walks on the lot, hey, what size you want, and done with it, okay? You have to spend time, and there has to be a strategic effort behind every sale you have, okay? A strategic effort behind every sale you have. So one of the things I want us to think about is the next customer you have that schedules an appointment with you, I want you to sit down and think about what they're going to use the building for. I want you to think about objections they may have. I want you to think about any type of danger that's going to pop up. I want you to think about once you think about what they're using the building for, that's when you develop an experience to sell the value of the building and why they need it. And I want you to jot these things down on a piece of paper. That's one thing I like to see people doing or dealers doing. Second thing I want you to do is keep a list of objections you receive. I mean, everybody gets the same objections. I'm not ready. I got to talk to my wife. It costs too much. Not really sure. My ground's not frozen yet. I don't like that window. I don't like those double doors. I don't like the roof. Can you give me any discount? Whatever it may be, keep a list of those objections and how you need to know to sell around those objections, right? How you need to sell around those objections. I mean, and then once you do that, you can build in promotions. You can build in the experience. You can build in all those things to close the deal and make the sale. I'm more focused on a dealer having a better close rate than I am having more sales. If 100 people walk on a lot and the dealer closes 10 of them, then hey, I want to sit down with the dealer to understand what's going on. If a dealer has 10 people come on his lot and he's closing 9 of them, hey, that's an extremely good closing ratio. I mean, that's 90%. That's unheard of, all right? And so as we continue to focus on it and provide sales training, I want you to focus on your close rate, not just how many people you're seeing, but also how many people you're closing and what that rate is. And we've got to focus on before the sale even takes place, before the customer comes on the lot, or when you see the customer, take a few minutes to pre-call, anticipate the danger, think about objections, and understand what they're using the building for and sell an experience that's going to provide value, okay? And so more than anything, I just want to let you know and just talk, just as we close this, just focus on making the sale before the customer even comes on the lot. Being prepared to make the sale, close the deal, write it up before the customer even walks on your lot, okay? Every time I'm meeting with dealers and every time I'm meeting with the RTO companies, every time I'm meeting with GreenSky, every time I'm doing all these things, I pre-call the conversation before it even takes place. I need to be thinking about what they're going to say, how am I going to respond, objections they're going to have, issues that are going to come up, once those issues come up, how am I going to sell around them. All of those things that all of those things that you need to be in your mind prepared, okay? And so as we finish the call out, I want you guys to be thinking about how can I be more prepared? How can I pre-call more before the sale even takes place? How can I close the deal before the deal is ever made? How can I close the deal in my mind before the deal is ever made, okay? So on that note, guys, look, have a great week. Have a great 2 weeks. You know, Indiana is really starting to get going with the weather. New York has finally sold a couple this weekend. Ohio has been on fire since January. And so, guys, we as the spring breaks, we need to be having these sales training, being prepared, already getting our process down pat. So once it warms up, dries out, and the spring breaks, we're ready to have a record year up there in Indiana, New York, and Ohio. So on that note, guys, great job, great week, great weekend. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Michelle as we ask for any questions. So if you have any questions, go ahead.
When you're doing a website, when you're doing a website, you can copy it and go over and enter different stuff in.
Hey guys, if you don't mind, if you don't have a question, turn it on mute.
They would go through a month and they would go to somewhere else, and they basically like work themselves back up.
It has to capture the information coming out to you because it knows you.
All right, so on that note, if you have any questions, guys, reach out to your DM, reach out to me, to answer questions in this situation. So, guys, get your phones on mute, and if you have any questions, reach out to your DMs, reach out to me. Great job, great week, great weekend, and see you guys.
They bought one of the mobiles, and